Hello guys, working on a 77 CJ7. Been retrofitting parts from a newer second generation CJ7, we'll call it. It's like 81 and newer. So this box up here, which is the cowl for the drain, they call it an air box. Also an air feed right there. That goes over here to the heater box. The drain, they make a drain kit with a little vent. From looking online, I can't tell if it just comes down to the floor. I don't know, like I've got these holes here. I don't know what those go to. They were just blocked over. I had a hole rusted there, or somebody had put one there. I was able to find that red piece right there, which was the bottom part of a funnel. I dremeled out the threads where it got wide enough where it'll slide right over that box. It's plastic. And then I just found a hose that fit for the diameter of that. The challenge you'll have is that diameter of that fitting is really big. It's like 1.75 inches, 1.5 inches, something like that. The other issue I'm fighting with is, you can kind of see back there, are these fittings right there. Those are the ducting for the defrost. The piece, depending on what body style you have, they won't work together. They're actually, the newer body style skinnier. It's $40 for just the vent, about the size of a shoe, not counting hosing the tubing. And I'm having trouble finding the tubing. I'm thinking about making one out of heater duct, because it's galvanized. I can sand it down, weld it up, and make my own, but we'll see. If you guys are gonna get a radio, this guy here is a dual brand. Got it from O'Reilly's. It was $40 with a pair of speakers, not that size speakers, but a pair of 6.5s. And it's Bluetooth. There's no CD player, but it's really shallow, fits right in there, doesn't take up a lot of space. I'm gonna be probably wiring in a switch over there for the fog lights, and then where that piece of tape is, I'm gonna be marking off for the choke for the carburetor. Some of the parts on this are interchangeable, some of these are not. My glove box on my older one has a push button. That one's got a key and twist. But everything else just pretty much bolts on, minus the wiring's different. Some differences in the switches on the newer body style versus older, not newer, but we'll call it second generation, from like 81 and newer. I believe it was on, the blower control is different. The switch itself is different. It's like a 4-pin, I believe it is. I think the older one's only 3-pin. A lot of these parts are the same. I was struggling finding that gauge as well, the oil pressure gauge. So I figured I'd just rob everything off and just swap over my speedometer. We were talking earlier about this. You cannot put the newer box into the older body because of the heater, the blower motor, because the blower motor is on the firewall instead of on the cab side. And on top of that, nothing lines up the same. All the holes are different.